This evening, Doug has told us that we're done with it now. Doug, are you there? Is it out over the Atlantic now? We can assume that the damage is done.
He's turning his mic on.
That's what happens. That's what happens right here. This is what happens. I'll tell you what, the storm's still there along the Delmarva. The worst of it, again, is over for us, but you notice where the storm is. You can still see the yellows here. That is the severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for the Delmarva, including all of Delaware, also along Ocean City. Once again, if you have friends down in Ocean City, down in Dewey, down in Bethany, or Rehoboth, give them a call. Just let them know, hey, guys, you have this storm moving through you. Let them know what it's done in our area, and let them know. Give them some warning. I just got a phone call from right across the river, or right across the bay here on the Nanticoke River, and they were telling us that, hey, guys, we were watching you the entire time. Thank you for being on the air for us. We saw those winds come through here. They did see a little bit in the way of some damage there, but they are fine, and that is the good news there. Most areas around the region, we are now just seeing the light rain. That is going to continue for the next couple of hours. You can see where the lightning is right now, up towards northern portions of Delaware, around Kent County, Delaware, and moving in towards southern New Jersey. Southern New Jersey really under the gun right here. And then you can see our area down here along our beaches. If you're thinking about driving, once again, thinking about driving tonight, you really want to take precautions. We now turn to what is going to be the bigger problem tomorrow, and that's going to be that heat. Once again, 100-degree heat coming in during the day tomorrow, 99-degree heat coming in for the day on Sunday. The heat index approaching 110, maybe 115, and yes, we could have more severe storms both days, tomorrow, Sunday, maybe even into Monday. Will it be like this? It's very tough to say. It's going to be very hard to get a line like this to come through again. But any isolated storms that develop, because of the energy we've been talking about, will have that potential to be severe. So we'll continue to watch that for you. And you know you can always come right here to NBC4 for the latest.
Okay, we do know that, and we thank you, Doug, very much for your good work tonight. We've heard from Prince George's County and also Montgomery County. We're going to go now to Don Goddard. He's with the Fairfax County Police. And Mr. Goddard, we understand that there are some fatalities in your county tonight from this?
Yeah, Jim, I don't have a lot of specific information at this point about those particular incidents. I do know that the storm rolled through about an hour ago, and we've got extensive power outages. 911 call center is obviously inundated with calls. We're getting to the calls as quickly as we can. The county itself has some facilities they're operating on backup generator power, things like that. So we just ask folks to be patient, stay inside, stay off the streets if you don't have to go out. Obviously, if you're injured, give us a call. Fire, rescue, police will get there as soon as we possibly can.
And Don, what is the sort of the extent of the 911 calls that you are getting? What are people calling about? What are their problems specifically? I mean, is there a common thing?
Well, we've had multiple reports of trees that have fallen on cars and on houses. We do have the report of an elderly female that has been hit by a tree that's fallen into her house. We're not sure what the status is on that call at this point, but we're working hard on all those kind of things. Obviously, a lot of trees down in the roadway, trees that have fallen on parked cars and things like that.
Do you have anybody trapped at all, reportedly trapped?
Not to my knowledge. I don't know that. Again, it's just there are a lot of power outages around the county, and we're just responding to calls. I know one of our district stations is on backup power, as is our dispatch center at this point.
It is a fluid situation, Mr. Goddard, and we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us about that. That's Don Goddard with the Fairfax County Police reporting on the situation out there tonight. Once again, that storm that rolled through here a couple of hours ago did a great deal of damage. We have reports of trees down all over the place. We have reports of trees into houses as well. Mm-hmm. There are reports of or preliminary reports, let me say, of what may be fatalities as a result of this storm. We have no report on any extent, on the extent of injuries to people because of this, but obviously an awful lot of people are without power. The last we heard, it was more than 1 million, perhaps 1.2 million, and that number may increase as the evening goes on. We have talked to a couple of the power companies who tell us that they are working as hard as they can to get the power back on, but they say it might take a couple of days before that happens.
And as Jackie Benson was telling us, over the Tanglewood Apartments on Riverdale Road, that's a 7-story apartment complex, the roof has come off on parts of it, maybe even possibly collapsing. It's hard to tell because it is the roof, and when Jackie was reporting, the fire department was there to start assessing it. But right now, all of those hundreds of residents there, in the Tanglewood Apartments on Riverdale Road are out. They cannot go back in, and they can't even get in their car and try to, some of them, and drive to a hotel tonight because of the debris and the wood coming from the roof is now blocking their cars, or the nails, or she was saying they were getting flat tires from that. So that's an example, just one example of what the problems are. We also heard from the National Weather Service was reporting, again, we haven't confirmed this, but the National Weather Service reported that a tree fell on a car that had 4 occupants in it in Springfield, and there was 1 fatality there and 3 injured. Again, we haven't confirmed that, but that was coming from the National Weather Service about an hour ago. It has been rough out there, as you know, and not only just the power outages and the inconvenience and discomfort that comes with not having your air conditioning on right now, it has actually been quite dangerous for a lot of people out there tonight, and it's going to continue to be.
Thousands of lightning strikes as a result of this storm. Doug at one point counted more than 1,000 of them in a 10-minute period. Those were cloud-to-ground strikes, so we can assume an awful lot of damage. We assume that that is a piece of hail that's being held up in somebody's hand. Don did not, Doug that is, did not tell us about much hail from this. Fortunately, also not a lot in the way of tornadoes as well. But what was done was severe, and certainly we will have all the reports on this in our morning broadcast, which begins at 6 o'clock in about 4.5 hours from now. We invite you to tune in to News 4 at 6 a.m. for a complete report on all the damage from this latest storm. That's it for us for now.
Right, and good luck with this. Good night.
Don't listen.